Good afternoon everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm very excited to give you all a walk around and tour of the all-new 2025 Acura ADX. The ADX is going to be Acura's newest vehicle in their lineup, as well as their entry-level crossover here in the United States. And it does give a very unique profile and a nice look. This one here in particular, being the A-Spec Advanced, it does come fully loaded with a lot of great features and options. In this case, it does have a 15-speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system, a 360 camera. You have a modern interpretation of that diamond pentagon grille. You do have a little kit down at the bottom of this one here, as well as some unique wheels. With that being said, a huge thank you to Park Place Acura, which is a part of the Park Place Auto Dealerships right here in Plano, Texas, for giving me some time with this one today. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get started. Checking out this one here, guys, with the key, it's very simplistic and it does look really cool. You have your lock, unlock, trunk release, your panic button, and remote start. Starting off here in the front of the vehicle, as you can see, like I mentioned, it does have Acura's newest interpretation of their diamond pentagon grille, and it does look nice in person. You also have the Acura emblem blacked out. You also have your front-facing camera below that, and then to the far left and far right of that emblem, you do have your camera, which is going to be for your forward collision warning system. You do have LED daytime running lights with LED projector headlamps, and you do have fog lamps right down there below. This one being the A-Spec Advanced model, you do also get a front parking sensors here, as well as rear parking sensors in the back. Checking out the wheels and tires on this one, we are taking a look at a set of Continental Pro Contact tires on 19-inch wheels. These measure 235, 45 R19s all the way around. Coming over to the door, as you can see, this one here does come standard with a smart key access system, allowing for easy access to the exterior as well as the interior. By having the key fob in your pocket, come to the door panel, there's a touch sensor inside of here. Put your hand in, the vehicle will unlock, allowing you to jump on inside. Or if you want to close it and lock it up, just close it like that. Tap this button here, the vehicle will lock, and the mirrors will fold in. The exterior color of this one is finished off in urban gray pearl, with the A-Spec specific red leather interior with black ultra suede accenting. Coming over to the door panels, you can see you do have some hard touch plastic material on top of here. However, it's made up for that down here with this very nice soft material. You have this red stitching coming all the way up through here, which looks very nice. You have this aluminum trim following that going down and up, which looks really good. You also have this very nice piano black finish carbon fiber trim here, which just adds a bit more uniqueness to the door panel. You have an aluminum door handle here, two-person memory seating. You have controls here for your power windows, power locks, child lock here, and your power windows. And you have a small storage cubby down here. Follow that up here with this A-Spec kick plate. To start the vehicle up, just make sure you have the key fob on you, whether it's in your pocket or in the vehicle itself. Put your foot on the brake and hit the button to go. Very nice. Let me adjust my seat here so it'll be easier for me to continue doing the tour. With that being said, this one here does come standard with a fully leather wrapped rack and pinion power steering wheel with controls here on the left as well as on the right sides. And then you also have your aluminum finished paddle shifters on the left as well as on the right. Left is going to house controls specifically for your seat track, volume, as well as your hands-free voice. To the right, you're going to have your cruise control settings as well as your lane departure warning and for forward collision warning system. Coming up over here to the display, we're taking a look at a 10.2-inch digital cluster, and as you can see, you have two main gauges. To the left, you're going to have your tachometer. To the right, your speedometer. To the far left of the tachometer is going to be your coolant temperature, and to the right of your speedometer is going to be your fuel range. Coming into the middle portion here, you're going to have your current speed. Now, with that said, to the left and to the right, you're going to have different things that correspond with the driver information system. And as to the left here, as you can see, you're going to have your audio system, phone, FM, AM, USB, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Alexa, customized display, and then, of course, the back button. And to the right, you're going to see here is going to show you your oil life, tire pressure monitoring system, safety support, a blank page, brightness, gauge display settings, range and fuel, speed and time, a compass, a driver attention level system, all-wheel drive torque distribution, seatbelt monitoring, as well as your maintenance. Come over to the right, we are taking a look at a 9-inch display, and it looks very nice in here, just like it does in the Acura Integra, of which this is what this infotainment system came from, and does look really good here in the new ADX. With that said, to the far left, as you can see, you do have physical controls, specifically for your volume, seat track, a back button, and a home button. And then, of course, this is going to be a Google-based infotainment system. So you can tell by that because you do have your assistant right there, as well as your Google Maps icon right there, which is very cool. Now, with that being said, let's take a look here at your maps. As you can see, it's going to give you a well-detailed picture of the Google Maps system. You're going to have your icons over here on the left, which pertain to the navigation system. You have your assistant, settings, volume, compass, and this is to zoom in and out. You also can search for destinations here, and you have little shortcuts for things such as gas stations, restaurants, grocery shopping, as well as a cafe. With that said, you also have things such as your audio here, Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, as well as your brightness. And then any of these things that you have here, you can push and hold and add to down here at the bottom. But with that being said, let's go over to our audio system. And as you can see, it's going to display what's playing on the radio. You have AM, FM, and Sirius XM in here. You can have up to 3 different HD radio stations in here as well. You have station list to the far right, followed by on top there is going to be your menu, which will allow you to adjust things such as your treble, bass, balance, and fade, and all that stuff. You have tune, seek, and then scan. And then down here's going to be your different preset stations that you can have. And of course, you can push and hold and add it to that list if you want. But overall, pretty cool to see. This right here is going to be for your Apple CarPlay. And then this right here is your brightness. So you can dim the display or you can brighten the display up. But we're not done yet because we still have a lot of stuff to go through here. So as you can see, not only do you have your maps, but you have your phone, FM, Play Store, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Alexa, Google Assistant, vehicle settings, general settings, profile settings, Bluetooth audio, trip computer, USB, AM system updates, followed by Wi-Fi hotspot, clock, Acura Link, compass, display mode, and all apps. So let's say we want to check out our vehicle settings. That's going to give you kind of a rundown of different settings that you can look at, and I like the visual depictions of each and every one of them, which looks very cool. So let's say we want to go and check out our driver assist system. It's going to give you things here such as forward collision warning distance, adaptive cruise control, forward vehicle detection beep. You can enable or disable that. Road departure mitigation, lane keeping assist. You can turn the beep on or off. Blind spot information, traffic sign recognition system display setting, traffic sign recognition system speed limit warning. You can turn that on or off. Your driver attention monitor, as well as your rear sensor setting. Let's say we want to check out our lighting setup. You can turn on or off your auto high beams, interior light dimming time, a headlight auto off timer, auto light sensitivity. You can adjust all those, as well as your auto headlight on with the wipers being on as well. You can turn that on or off too. And then last but not least, let's say you want to check out our climate control. You can enable or disable the driver's seat automatic climate control, as well as passenger seat automatic climate control. Let's say we want to go and check out the general settings. You have system, connections, privacy, display, sound, sound volume, camera, voice control, security, Google, as well as advanced settings. Let's say we want to check out our display mode, which is where we were just on a minute ago. Or you can even check out your clock. It's going to give you an analog clock as well as what day of the month it is. So stuff like that is just very cool and everything, and this is where you're going to be spending a lot of your time. So all this stuff here that we're taking a look at right now is stuff you're going to really need to get a chance to know and kind of set things up in the vehicle. Like, for example, this is going to require a Bluetooth connectivity to the vehicle. This is going to be your FM radio, Amazon Alexas if you have a Amazon subscription. Google Assistant is because this is going to be based off of a Google system itself. So that's why you have Maps, that's why you have Play Store, that's why you have Google Assistant. Trip computer is going to give you information about, you know, trip A and trip B mileage and stuff like that. You have AM radio, which is what AM stands for. Profile settings, you can set up a profile in the vehicle. And of course, system updates is going to give you over-the-air updates over time as you are in ownership of the vehicle, which is very nice to see. So with that being said, that's the entire infotainment system here in the all-new Acura ADX. Coming below that, as you can see, you do have your air vents as well as your hazard light. Below that, you're going to have your dual-zone climate controls, heated and ventilated seats for the front and front passenger. You do have your recycling right here, front as well as rear defrost. Fan speed is going to be right there in the middle, which is through a little knob, which is very cool. Come below that, you do have your wireless charging pad right here, which to me works most of the time. I would make sure that the vehicle is off and test it first before you actually use it because again, most of the time for me it does work. And so with that being said, it's nice to have it in here, but sometimes it will take a minute or two for it to recognize the device before it starts charging it for you. But with that said, you also have two USB ports, both of them USB-Cs, and then you have an outlet right next to that. This one here, of course, does have Acura's CVT transmission. Put the vehicle into reverse, you do get a nice backup camera with guidance lines, and they do adjust as you turn the wheel. And I do want to apologize for the flickering. It's because of the camera, it's not actually what you're seeing on the camera itself, or not the camera itself, but rather the screen itself of the vehicle. You do have a 360 camera, which is very nice. You also have a wide angle view and an extended view, as you can see there. You have an individual mode here, which is going to allow you to customize different things within the settings to make your drive a bit more interesting. Dynamic modes we need for your different drive modes here, which, as you can see, you have snow, comfort, normal, as well as sport. You do have your auto stop start. You can turn that on or off. Hill descent control, electronic parking brake, as well as your brake hold. I do like this piano black finish around the gear lever, as well as all these buttons here, because it does add a bit of class to it. But make sure you keep microfiber cloth in here, because it will dirty up pretty easily, and of course, not many people like fingerprints on them. Now, what's really interesting about this center console here is that the cup holders are going to be in separate places. So you're going to have one down here, and you have one right up here. Pretty interesting. And then come over to the glove compartment. It's pretty modest, and you have a good amount of storage space inside. Talking about the seats, these are, being the A-Spec model, you are going to be getting the most comfortable seats that Acura sells. And as you can see, this one here in particular is quite nice. You do have the perforations coming down the middle of this one, which looks really, really good. You also do have the microfiber suede coming down the sides as well, which looks very good, too. And overall, the seating is just very well made. And then come over here to your glove compartment. It is dampened, and you have a decent amount of storage space inside of that as well. You do have your frameless mirror here. You do have controls here for your lights, your roadside assistance, which is why the SOS is right there. And of course, this right here corresponds with the sunroof. You also do have a sunglasses holder. You do have a visor here with a mirror and LED lighting. And then to the far left, you're going to have controls here for your trunk, as well as to turn on and off your traction control. But overall, so far, the new ADX has been a treat to check out, and so far, I'm really enjoying this new vehicle from Acura. But with that being said, let's go ahead and continue the tour of the all-new 2025 Acura ADX. As you can see, materials do fall through into the back of this one. You don't get the perforations in the middle though, in the back, which is kind of a shame, but then again, you do get that made up for with these very nice microfiber suede in the sides there. You do have rear vents, you do have 2 USB ports, both of them USB-Cs, and 1 rear seat pocket behind the front passenger. Follow that up with a set of cup holders here and a powered armrest. The ADX does come with a capless tool filler. The new ADX does come standard with LED taillights in the back. You have this very nice spoiler here, which I find kind of interesting because typically it would be on top of here, but Acura decided to put it here, which I find very interesting. You have your blacked out Acura emblem here, blacked out A-Spec badging, ADX, as well as your all-drive badge down here. You do get an automatic liftgate. Coming inside, as you can see here, we are welcomed with a few things. You do have a privacy cover up here. You do have your all-weather floor liner back here with A-Spec spelt out across. You do have your carpeted floor mats in here. And with what you're looking at right now, you're looking at right around 24.5 cubic feet of space, which is plentiful for a vehicle like this. And let's say you want to fold down the seats, you can via these 2 little tabs here on both ends. And when you do that, cargo space will increase to 55.1 cubic feet, making it pretty spacious, although kind of on the average end when it comes on to cargo space in this segment. Now, if we lift up underneath here, we do have some more storage space underneath. You do also have your rear parking sensors back here and your dual exhaust tips. Blacked out mirror covers with LED turn signals on them. Under the hood of the all-new Acura ADX, we are essentially getting the same engine that's in the Acura Integra. This is going to be a 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder mated to a CVT transmission. Except in the Integra you get more power, this one you actually get a little less power. It produces 190 horsepower and 179 pound-feet of torque. And here's the window sticker for this vehicle. 2025 ADX all-drive A-Spec Advance. Finished off in urban gray pearl with the red interior. And what I like about Acura's window stickers is that they are labeled by category. And of course, it'll even tell you what features come with the trim level that you're getting. So as you can see, you have the advanced package, which does give you the Bang & Olufsen's premium audio system with 15 speakers. You get Google and Alexa built in, surround view camera system, front and rear parking sensors, heated sports steering wheel, power folding side mirrors, hands-free assist power tailgate, remote engine start, as well as rain sensing wipers. Coming to the A-Spec package, you're going to be getting the sport pedals, A-Spec exclusive styling package, ventilated front seats, ambient LED lighting, rear USBs, rear cargo cover, as well as LED fog lights. And then you get Acura watches both standard. And as you can see, this one here does have an MSRP of $44,000. And the only option on here that's going to cost you is the color, which is $600. And although this is a demo vehicle, it has a destination of handling of $1,350 for a total vehicle price coming in at $45,950. With that being said, fuel economy for this vehicle comes in at 25 city, 30 highway, and 27 combined. And of course, it's still new, so it has not been rated by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. So sitting back inside of the new ADX, I have to say, this is a smart move by Acura for a lot of reasons. One of them being, of course, is that Acura has prolongedly needed a entry-level crossover. For pretty much the last 15 years, it's been the RDX. And the RDX, started out life in 2007. It's been out since then. And while it has been a good vehicle, it has gotten more expensive over time. This vehicle, of course, does have a starting price if you go for the base model at $35,000, making this one of the more inexpensive options in the luxury SUV lineup. Now, with that being said, this does share a lot of things with the Honda HR-V, of which it is based off of, as well as the Acura Integra. So, with that said, if you go for either of those two vehicles, you're going to be getting the same thing in this vehicle as well. Now, with that being said, this urban gray pearl / A-Spec red combination is one of a kind. It looks really nice, and it does add a bit of luxury touches to the vehicle itself. It really looks good, and especially with the A-Spec packaging, it really does drive the point home. Now, with that being said, this is going to do very well for Acura. I think this is going to be a very successful vehicle for Acura, and so far I really am liking what I'm seeing here from Acura at this point here, especially the ADX. So with that being said, guys, that is going to wrap it up here for this walk around and tour of the all-new 2025 Acura ADX A-Spec Advance. Finished off here in urban gray pearl with the A-Spec red leather interior. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.